the channel, the time has finally come with WWE Mattel Elite Series 105, first time in the line, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite Series 105 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a special one. We got a first time in the line, definitely not last time in the line, fingers crossed. We got Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. But for all your Scott Steiner needs and all your Mattel wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And an exciting time for longtime wrestling fans here to get a Scott Steiner in the Elite line. Took 105 series, but here it is. Better late than never. And it's just absolutely wild. It's been that long without Scott Steiner figures. Of course, we did have him in the Jax days. We got him in the TNA Toy Biz days. The Galoob days back in the day. We've had a few Scott Steiners here and there, but man, oh man, I'm here for all the Steiner brother figures. We need the classic Steiner brothers tag teams. That's kind of up in the air right now, but you would hope Scott Steiner's going to be okay, that we'll continue to get Scott Steiner figures, and I could see this Scott Steiner figure here being redone in black and all the other colors he wore. But we definitely need all the different incarnations throughout Scott Steiner's entire career. As I was a big Steiner Brothers fan, I was an okay fan of Big Papa Pump, but man, the classic Steiners days, oh, they'll never be replicated. They never will. It was an amazing time, and I was really there from the beginnings of Scott Steiner's career. I wasn't quite there for the Memphis days, but his beginnings in the NWA, that's for sure, and followed him to the end of his career, and even met him one time, and he was a cool guy to me. There's no doubt about it. But of course, one other thing there's no doubt about is how we're going to do this review. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start off hot. Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Look at that. He's got the chainmail around his head there. I was just at AEW Dynamite last week with good friend of the channel, Jeff George, and we were transfixed away from the ring action over to like the front row, and there was a guy, and he was wearing chainmail like a young Scott Steiner. I was like, what's up with this guy? Is he a Big Papa Pump fan? Is he a Knights of the Round Table fan? We were just really mystified by that guy. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing there. It was definitely a good look, though. I recommend it. I might try to pull that look off down in the future. But you got Big Papa Pump right there, small window box, Series 105, starting off the new small window box packaging. WWE logo down here, Scott Steiner, Glamour Shot, Elite, WWE, all the hits being played on the package right there. And you got old Scott Steiner looking only like a Scott Steiner could look. Feel like he just needs the chain and a couple of tigers, and he'll be ready to go. Elite logo down low. First time in the line. Like I said, fingers crossed, not last time in the line. You got Elite up top, certified authentic. Big bad booty daddy right there. Looking good on the back, Glamour Shot. You got the tail of the tape, you got the blurb, you got the big cross sell down low. Of course, we're unboxing every single one of these on the channel, so make sure you do subscribe to this very YouTube channel. And of course, at the very end, we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite, so you don't want to miss that. That is for sure. But without further ado, let's see what it says about old Scott Steiner. First time in the line once again. From Detroit, Michigan. Oh, Detroit. It's all coming up Detroit these days. I guess a lot of people are from Detroit. It must be a beautiful time, this beautiful place this time of year. Who knows? But he is from Detroit. Height 6'1", weight 276 pounds. And then the finisher, the dreaded Steiner recliner, as we do know. Remember the Steiner screwdriver? That was a wild move. I remember using it in the old video games. He didn't use it very long. I think it was a little too dangerous, but I remember the first time he pulled that out, much like the first time he pulled out the Frankensteiner. I just could not believe what my eyes were seeing, but definitely an interesting time, no doubt about it. But it does say the big bad booty daddy has a shout out for all his freaks out there. Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holler if you hear me. And man, I'm going to start using that. It's been enough time. I can make it new again. I'm going to start using that at work. I might try to do that. We'll see how that goes. I'll check back. Career highlights: WWE Tag Team Champion, WCW Champion, WCW United States Champion, just running the circle right there. He's just getting them all. He's getting all the title belts. And I should probably cut the packaging on this one. That might make it a little bit cleaner. I will say one thing I've noticed about this new packaging, it continues the very soft, brittle paper. This isn't a hard paper. So you mint on card collectors, going to have a difficult time trying to get these totally minty mint. It's just the life we live here in 2023. See you later. First time in the line, Scott Steiner. Plastic Prison. Oh my gosh. Freakzilla himself looking good. How about that? And of course, this plastic, a little bit more brittle too in these figures. So, change. The times they are changing once again, like a young Bob Dylan is what we got going on here with the packaging. We're going to get him out. Scott Steiner's coming out to play. Oh my gosh, the time has come. See you later. Scott Steiner, he is here, and he's got 2 fists of fury. Man, oh man. When Scott Steiner got mad, that'd be a guy I'd run from. It'd be scary. He's got that freakish strength. I wouldn't mess with him, but he's got 2 fists of fury, got 2 gripping hands. Choose your own hand adventure on old Scott Steiner here. But now let's break this figure down. Let's dive into this one, and oh my gosh, it's everything I could have hoped it to be. We do got more accessories with him. Now, we do got the black shades here. Black shades looking good. Of course, Big Papa Pump at the time had a pair of these. He had like a yellow pair he wore, and I think like a white pair as well back in the day. And I had a pair just like him at the time. I was like, man, I'm just cool as Scott Steiner. Got bigger biceps though. That's what I would tell everybody. The more you know, the more you know. But then he's got the chainmail. We talked about that. Would be cool if it was real chainmail, but they're not going to go that extra step on a toy like this. But it does look pretty good. It gets the point across right here. I'm here for that. Looking really good. But now we dive in to the main event. We got old Scott Steiner going on here. And man, oh man, it's definitely Scott Steiner. There's no mistake in that. Bleached blonde hair, bleached blonde mustache. Got the little black soul patch going on. Scott Steiner all day long. Those eyes just say Scott Steiner. So I am here for this. It's crazy the head looks a little bit small, but I guess maybe that's like normal Scott Steiner. He's got such a big upper body. Maybe the head always looks small, but a little bit small right there. There's no doubt about it. But looking good here as far as he looks, just chiseled out of granite. I believe these are those crazy Lex Luger arms, aren't they, that we saw with the Legends Lex Luger the last go-around? I think that's it. But he's got that huge bicep right there, just looking absolutely insane. Big old arms, of course. I guess articulation, arms go around, bicep cut. Double-jointed, pinless elbows. We're here for that. Hands removable, back forth, side to side. I think I'm leaving the fists on Scott Steiner. I think he's going to stay with the fists for me. You do got an ab crunch. You got a waist articulation. Big old splits if you need them. Got the old thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless knees. Here for that. Boot cut looking really good. And then ankles a little side to side, a little up and down. And of course, he does fit on a ringside collectible stand, right? Right? Yes, he does. He does fit on the stand. Looking good, old Scott Steiner on the ringside collectible stand. Go over there, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Hopefully they get more stands in here very, very soon. Now we do got the red tights down here on Scott Steiner. Got the little S down here. Old Superstar Scott Steiner, you remember that gimmick for a little bit, but he's got the S, of course. Freakzilla on the back. Got some of that barbed wire, that like tribal kind of thing going on. It was all the rage back in the day, let me tell you. And then you got black boots on this one. Just looking good all the way around here. Is this the most iconic version of Scott Steiner? And it's crazy to me, but I think some people, this is probably their most iconic Scott Steiner. I always prefer this era more in black than red. But a lot of people, they think of WCW, early WWE, when he went over there from WCW time frame, as prime Scott Steiner. Well, it was good. He was up to new levels. To me and a lot of people out there, we close our eyes and we think of Scott Steiner. We think of the Letterman jacket. We think of the Michigan jacket. We think of the Steiner brothers winning titles all over the world in all the different federations. That's what I think of with Scott Steiner, and I really do hope we can get some of those Scott Steiners and Rick Steiners in the future. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what ends up happening, how that all shakes out. But at least we got Scott Steiner going. You would have to think if Rick's not available, they're going to still use Scott Steiner, and there's a lot of solo looks of Scott Steiner that we could definitely get. And I guess it's always disappointing when you get a tag team version, But they could always throw it out there and then hope in the day we get maybe Rick back and we can match those ones. I don't know. We'll see where it ends up shaking out to. But looking good here. A very good base. Like I said, I can easily see this being redone in white pants or maybe even black pants with the same chainmail, same head, maybe different colored glasses, maybe a different hand or something. And bam, you got a new figure. I could see that in the future. So we'll see what happens with that. And of course, we did get Rick Steiner not too long ago. We unboxed this on the channel. Man, another really good figure. Really like this Rick Steiner figure. It's just wild that the first incarnations of both these two are kind of their solo, non-together period, which isn't a bad thing down the line, but it's just too bad they couldn't have went full-on Steiners first. They wanted to whet everybody's appetite. Give them a representation of each Steiner brother, and then let's get them in, make them buy these, then we'll get them to get the classic tag team one, because they go classic tag team first. Some people say, well, got my Steiners, I'm done, where they're feeding it, you'll buy these, you'll buy those. I get what they're doing, but in times like this is where it kind of messes up and it goes south on you. So it'll be interesting. Will this be our only Steiners? I don't know. We'll just have to stay tuned because they are brothers, and brothers, you know what they do? They stick together. That's what I've been told. From a guy that doesn't have a brother. That's the way it goes. We'll see what happens there. But Scott Steiner, can't really beat it. I don't want to say it's the perfect figure, but for what it was trying to represent or what it's trying to represent, doesn't get much better than this. So this is a must-have pickup, if you ask me. Scott Steiner, Series 105. But what say you out there in YouTube land? You picking up this Steiner? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. We got even more content for you, of course, on Patreon. Patreon, early access to both channels' videos. Check out the old Patreon channel. And, of course, the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram and on Threads. So for Scott Steiner and Michigan, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.